Join UNDP Goodwill ambassadors Yemi Alade and Nikolaj Coster-Waldau for a look at the socio-economic and environmental impact of COVID-19 through the lens of tourism.
Yemi Alade, it's absolutely honor and I'm thrilled to meet you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Hi, Nikolaj.
Hi. And also I want to say that, I've been a Goodwill ambassador for the UNDP a couple of years now, but I also know that it's a special moment because you are also now joining the UN family as a UNDP Goodwill ambassador. So I want to welcome you. And also, before we get started, I know there's a message from a friend of ours.
Thank you for the introduction, Nikolaj. And Yemi, welcome to the UNDP family as our newest Goodwill ambassador. We are so lucky to have you join us. And we are honored to host you at the SDG Action Zone during this milestone year as the UN marks its 75th anniversary. What an incredible opportunity it is for the United Nations and UNDP to have you and Nikolaj speak together on this virtual stage as our Goodwill ambassadors. Given your packed schedules, it speaks volumes of your dedication. Nikolaj, you have been with us for several years and your commitment to your role as Goodwill ambassador is unparalleled. I know you will have some great stories to share. We can't wait to hit the ground running with you, Yemi. We look forward to hearing and sharing the issues that you are passionate about, including women's empowerment and tackling inequality. We at UNDP will also be working to carry your voice on the socio-economic impact of COVID-19 in developing countries and the importance of a green and equitable recovery for all. To both of you, thank you for your support, and I hope to see you live in the near future. Bye-bye.
Yay! And I must say, Nikolaj, that I'm a huge, huge fan of yours. And I'm super excited to be having this chat with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So where are you now?
I am in Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
And you?
I'm sitting in Denmark, just on a small island in Denmark, in a summer house. How is this? The world is crazy. How have you gone through these past, I don't know, 5 months of coronavirus?
Precisely 5 months for me, actually. I think it has been a moment of, remembering that health is actually wealth. Everything we've been chasing in this life, money and life and passion, health is like the most, important thing. That's how it's been for me. It's been crazy. It's been weird, but I'm here.
Yeah. I Googled you and was looking for interviews. I found this interview with you, and you said this. You said a lot of very wise things, but there was one thing that stuck with me because it resonated with me and why I believe so strongly in the UN, a place where we all come together. You talked about, it was an interview, I don't know how long it's been, but the interviewer was asking, why do you sing in different languages? And you made the point of saying, well, I realized that in Africa, we have all these artificial borders, but the only thing that really separates us our language. But we have so much in common as human beings. We have the same desires, the same wants, the needs, the dreams. And it resonated with me because I feel very much the same. There's a lot of people around the world that want to focus on what divides us as human beings. But at the end of the day, I think 95, 99% of what we have in common with everyone. Whether you live in Asia, Africa, Europe, we all want the same things. We want to be loved, we want to love, we want to take care of our kids. We want to have an opportunity in life. And which is why I believe that the best way and the only way really for us as a species, if you will, human beings, we have to come together. We have to overcome our differences. And it was just very inspiring to hear you talk about that.
I'm super, my heart is like, oh, wow, you got that. I'm so happy that you feel the same because it is the truth. The truth cannot be withheld.
No, and also I think this time that we're going through now with the pandemic, it's horrible, and we've only just been through the first wave of this, and it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. But it's also shown with I think with a very brutal clarity that we're in this together. This is not about whether you live in that part of the world. You can't shell yourself from this. It's going to hit all of us. And I think that moving forward, this is an opportunity and that we have to take. I mean, because we know we're going to have to rebuild economies that have been like in Europe, it's already hit hard. But of course, when you go to other countries, they are, devastated because for many countries, the main source of income, for example, is tourism, which has now gone. It doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. So there is an opportunity, I hope, that we as citizens have to insist on, is that when we do the rebuild, when these trillions and trillions of dollars are invested, that they invest them wisely and in a sustainable future.
I know you've also been to to Rwanda with UNDP, where you got to see the gorillas and all of that.
When I went to Rwanda, I was absolutely inspired on so many levels, because what I saw was a country that had been on the, well, you could say 25 years ago at the gates of hell and like completely destroyed. And now they rebuild the country, but they've done it in a way that I think could inspire the whole world, where they say, well, we have to think ahead. It has to be in a sustainable way. We have to insist on equality and inclusion. Like 50% of all the parliamentarians in the government were women, and they had up to almost 30% in the private sector, and that was growing. And of course, you have to make you have to make some laws, you have to make some rules saying, well, until this is just a natural thing, that gender is no longer a hindrance, we're going to make sure that you have to hire women, you have to do these, you have to include everyone. Because the facts are, when you include women in the solutions, countries do better. And I was really impressed by Rwanda. And of course, I also went to see the mountain gorillas, which just blew my mind. It was unbelievable experience. But even there, you have these lodges where they say, okay, we have this amazing resource, which is Mother Nature. And we want to invite the whole world to come see this. But when we make these like a resort or a lodge, it has to function in the local community. It has to benefit the people who live there. It has to help the local economy.
I think that even as a musical artist, if you watch about 30% of my videos, there's a lot of like wildlife influence there. And to be sincere, about 80% of all my videos shot in different parts of the world, be it in Europe or even in Africa. There's a lot of wildlife going on there. And why do you think it's important to incorporate, the climate change actions into the COVID-19 relief?
Oh, because we've all been consumed with the COVID-19 this year, because it's an imminent threat, and we can see the images on this. We see people are dying. People we know get sick. Climate change is this slow threat, but if we don't take climate action, if we don't take really serious action, this pandemic is just a little dress rehearsal on what's to come, because there's not going to be an end to the climate change. We can't reverse it. We are about to invest trillions and trillions of dollars to save the future. But it's not enough just to save the economy. We have to look a little further. We have to change the way we do things. We have to go a green way. It has to be sustainable. If we do that, we actually have a chance to create a world for the future generations that is cleaner and better than the one we live in now. Hopefully.
I also, to add to that, I also think that during this 5 months of being at home, I've sort of like looked around me and seen how it seems like Mother Nature is taking a breather. It just feels like there's some kind of like cleansing in the air and around us, even though COVID-19 is still sort of like doing its thing. But I feel like if the world is actually trying to cleanse itself, the least that we can do is take the extra step to actually try to help, to actually clean the world up, to join in the cleansing process. And I definitely think that going green is the way to go. Like in Nigeria, we need to stop deforestation. That definitely needs to stop. We need our trees, we need our green. We are also, even though we are, located in the part of the world that is really hot, every year it gets hotter and hotter. And even the regular season for rainfall, it just keeps fluctuating. It's not as it is. It's really hot in places that it shouldn't. And recently I saw a video of it snowing in Kenya, like live. I know it always used to snow like at the peak of the mountains and stuff. And now it's snowing for real. People are walking around like it's New York City. And if we do not take this one opportunity that we have right now, I don't think another opportunity might come anytime soon. So I'm with you when you say going green at the time when we are trying to help the world economy to recover will actually help everything to recover better.
But also because we know we have to invest this much money. We have to create all these jobs for people. Well, then just let's do it and then change the way we do things. I mean, it seems to be a win-win situation. You mentioned the lion's share before. I don't know how much you know about it, but it's a very simple idea that because we all human beings, I think, love animals to some degree, and we all identify with animals, right? You have people that feel like a lion, a tiger, and all that things, and that's why we use them when we want to sell stuff, right? Or as you said, you identify as well as part of your culture. You use it in your music videos, for example.
Yes, I do.
To highlight the natural world. And what the lion's share does is say, okay, well, that's great, but why don't we take, whenever you want to sell, use a lion in a toothpaste commercial or whatever, use 0.5% of that ad spend and donate that back to that lion, back to the animals, to the Lion Share Fund, and make them do good stuff. It's about biodiversity, it's about helping that, but it's also about making sure that where the money is sent benefits the local community. So you don't separate the animals from the human beings. Like we're in this together, and that is so important. The moment now to make a global change in the way we do business, so to speak, to go the green way, is perfect because everyone have had that moment of just going, hang on a second, does this thing make me happier, or is it actually looking out the window or seeing the trees? I mean, all those basic things. But because the fact is, we are animals. We need the world, and we need to preserve this. It's that simple.
Yes. Yeah.
But anyway, final thoughts. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Really, very inspiring.
Same here. Super inspiring. And I'm happy that you managed to Google me. I'm going to tell all my friends. Oh my God, Nikolaj Googled me. But I would say that I like that you touched on happiness. I think in my words, when I listen to what you just said, I feel you're referring to happiness, like the things that really genuinely make us happy other than our passion and our careers. It is actually looking out the window. I find myself literally smiling from ear to ear when the sun hits my face in the morning. I didn't realize that I could love the morning. I'm not a morning person. And all of a sudden, I love that it's morning time and I can do anything I want to do in the daytime. I am just super energized and happy, and I'm happy that I found that part in me. But not to rub this in, as the new Goodwill ambassador for UNDP, joining your camp, do you have any tips and advice for me moving forward? How to, be good at this calling?
I don't think you need that much advice. I think it's about, for me, it's been a real, it's been such a great experience. I've had some wonderful trips together with the UNDP and meeting people all over the world and try to be as open and as I can be, which has again, just reinforced my fundamental belief in us human beings, like that, you know, we are definitely worth fighting for.
I hope we do this some other time, and hopefully, you know, creates an opportunity for us as Goodwill ambassadors to, you know, do what we do the best, which is lend our voices to those that need us the most, and bring attention, like you said, to the actual people that know what to say and know what to do.
Yes, exactly. And right now we want them to take action, to take climate action, go the green way.
Go the green way, because we are what fighting for. I just keep stealing your lines. Yes,
Oh,
Lord.
Please do it.